Hi, thank you for your question, which was what are the weakest areas that schools can improve on around sustainability in Tasmania and nationally? This is a great question, but it's probably a little bit tricky to answer. So, if we're talking about weakest, we probably need to think about what criteria we would be measuring against. Now, sustainability is such a big area, as I'm sure you would all know. So that includes biodiversity and the way that we care for country. It includes transportation, how it is that we're getting to and from places, what we're eating, um, how we live our lives. So it's really, really huge. And I guess just thinking about those things, you can see that there are so many different ways that schools can be making a positive contribution across each and every one of those domains of sustainability, if you like. So, what are, I guess, some of the areas that schools can be improving on? So, we don't necessarily have the statistics, if you like, on what are the most areas in need, but some things I can tell you about are perhaps the areas that teachers and policymakers and researchers and students are really starting to make a difference in. And one of those is curriculum. So, how it is that you're learning about sustainability in schools is really, really important. And a lot of attention is on how we can improve that for students now, but also students of the future. And how can teachers be supported in helping you to learn about things to do with sustainability? So that's probably one of my key interests and focused areas, and something that I certainly know schools are focusing on. Other things that you can be really making a difference on and could do with some attention are canteens, for example. So, what kind of foods are the canteen in your school serving? What kind of packaging are the canteens using? So, these sorts of questions can really help answer, what areas in your school you might want to focus in and around sustainability. And each school is going to be different as well. And that's always important to keep in mind. So, what your school might be able to do is probably going to be very different to the school down the road, just because of the different people that are there, as well as the different facilities and resources that you have. So, hopefully, this answers, at least in some way, helped you make sense of what schools in Tasmania, but also nationally, are doing around sustainability.